Good morning, new day, new place. Yes, I'm not going to take you to the railway station. I'm here to tell you that we're going to go into this. It happens to be the Agra fort. Let's go inside, explore, discover things. Come on, let's go. Look at the fort's outside wall, how it looks, huh? Can't trust Google and come. I've decided to walk from my hotel only to be lost, but I think it's good thing that I'm able to understand. If you look at these trenches, this is where they would make sure that then the water would be there, and they would let all the snakes and crocodiles and all, so that if an enemy would want to jump into the building, okay, they would have to cross that, fight that, and all the stuff. Look over on top, the cannons where they would keep it, or even the guns, they would keep it here and fire. A beauty, man. Alongside the length of the wall, we still have the trenches which is running by. Finally, I've come to the entrance. It must be about 2.5 kilometers that I had to walk. Somehow it turned out to be a good way that I'm able to discover things. Wow, how big the fort is. Wow. Take a look at this. This is where I was telling you all the way that they would fill up with water and reptiles, so that the enemies can't even get in. Anyway, the people would be stationed on top. Okay, so that with the firepower they'll eliminate them, but this also would help them. At the entry gate, if you do notice this kind of a ramp, if it was pulled up, what you see is all the trenches down there, okay, where the enemy will find it hard to cross from here into the fort. Brilliant. Let's enter. Come on, step forward with your right leg in. One gate we cross. This is the second gate, which they're going to check again. It looks beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, no entry. Okay, no problem. No problem. Let's have a look at this. Beautiful.
1 minute inside, please.
That's the first gate that we entered. Ignorant people, when they come in, okay, enemies, they would be welcomed with this cannons. Let's step in. Okay, let's go. We're getting in through the second gate. Let's look around. Beauty. What do you say? What do you say? There must have been a reason for all this. What was the reason? Let's find out. We will do it. Oh, look up. Look up. Look up. Look up. It's amazingly beautiful, yeah. It's just beautiful. Okay, that's the third gate that we need to enter from there. Let's go in. Look at the third gate beauty. How well they would be prepared to meet the enemies, huh? Wow. Third gate, and I can see its beauty already. I can see it. Do you see that? That's the fourth gate. That's the fourth gate. Wow. Look at the flooring, okay? Look deeply in. See, for the horses not to slip, because they have the hooves, right? Okay, so they have this kind of flooring where the horse would have the grip for them to actually climb up or climb down. Wow. Just noticing it. Look at the third gate. That's smaller in size as compared to the fourth gate. Okay, what I really can understand is if they had those stones, right, carved out in the form of a round shape. If they had to let it roll, okay, and definitely it would come down here and get stuck. So the question of coming by let's say the horses and all would be next to impossible, because once it's blocked, the people have to actually come in by walk, and it would be easy for the people here to defend themselves. Hi Vinay, why didn't you just clap for me? Clap for me once. Again. What do you hear? You hear the echo? Yes, this basically they use this. The Mughals, when they ruled here, they used this purpose for when the horses would actually climb up. The footsteps that it would take, the echo sound would let the people know inside that if the enemy is entering, okay, let's be cautioned about it. And what we see on top here, up here, if you see, those were used as either hot oil or hot water to be poured, where if the enemy comes in, either he will slip and fall or he'll be burnt to death. This is what they used for this. Agra fort is the only fort in India where all the Mughal emperors lived. This was actually captured by Ghazni for some time, after which when Sikandar Lodi took over, he made this as capital and moved from Delhi. Wow. Actually, and it was in ruins before Akbar took it. Okay, and it took 8 years to complete this. The fourth gate On to the right is Jahangir Mahal and Angori Bagh. Have a look at the beauty here. And his gardens. What you're watching here is Jahangir's bathtub. Okay, I'll show you. This is about 5 feet in height. Okay, and 8 feet in diameter. Look at this. This is where, as a child, he would have his bath, and for him to climb up, these were the steps that we used, which is one piece. It is not attached anywhere. Have a look at it. You should be able to see the steps inside as well. I've decided to just take a stroll around. People are not bothered to come here. They're just going around elsewhere. But I've got all the time in the world, don't I? So I'm just looking at the beauty and admiring it. Look where the people are. They're just looking at main places. I want to explore more. I want to digest the whole thing. I was not born then. So what? So what? I can learn about what happened then. This isn't a Bengali Mahal. Where is the Mahal? Not much is left if you look at it, because it's in ruins. Only small portion of it survives at the moment here. Okay, if you look at this, this was built by Akbar. This was so spacious enough that it had small courts, complexes, toilets, service quarters, and large boli, which means step well. Step well. The East India Company, when they came in here, it was used as provost surgeon's quarters. Let's just walk up and let's see what is left of it. भाई आपका नाम?
सलीम अहमद।
एंड क्या पूछा आपने?
सर मैंने ये पूछा कि आप जो है अपने चैनल में हमें शामिल कर लीजिए, हम लोग यहाँ घूमना है।
ठीक है। आपका रिक्वेस्ट के लिए it's good and मैं डाल रहा हूँ. Step up a little further up, you see Akbari Mahal. Sadly, there is not much. It's all in ruins, just in ruins. I know what he's saying. Asking me to go through the window and see what is there. I know it. I'll show you. Have a look around. Wow. I'm super impressed. Oh, you want me to go slow? Okay. I got it. I did get it. Look at it, man. Look at it. It's a beauty. If my guess is right, that might be the place where they would have bath. And that's where the water would come out and get in here and go in there. Under the drainage system it might go, or if there could be that from here the water might go inside and that could be the bathing place. Let's find that out. I can see the fort wall, and way beyond it is where I see plenty of gardens. Wow. Here, okay, I could not figure out over there because the gate is locked, and I don't know whether the water was coming out from there or what the case might be. But only thing is that when we step in, we will know here. Come. What was this? What was this? What was this? Beauty, man. Oh no, the water would not come in here. It is going underneath this place. Underneath. I just walked a little further up. Behind that building was this. What was this? This was a servant quarters or what? Must be. Show you step well where they would store water. Okay, and before that, look at this. This was the tunnel. Okay, which would lead them out if they were in any kind of an emergency. See, we little monkeys, we're going to jump in, do all the nonsense. That's why they built the step well. Do you see step well? Basically, they call this because in step by step they built it. Do you see the water down there? Yeah, this would be used for All kinds of purposes. It could be for drinking, bathing, huh? Or whatever the case might be. Wow. So that's about it from Akbari Mahal. I'm sure they would use this for all kinds of functions, festivities, and all this stuff. Don't you think so? So what if they've not written it? We can figure out on our own what this could be for. That is how even archaeologists will figure that out, right? Yes, yes. Remember this place. This is the Bengali Mahal that I read about. No, to you. Look at the drainage system, which I forgot to mention it. All the water from here, the rainwater, would go into the stepwell, I'm sure about it. Or it would go out where the trenches were. Get into Jahangir Mahal now. Okay, this is where you saw that. The place where he would have his bath. You're stepping into Jahangir Mahal now. Okay, let's just look around and then discover what is what. Hey, what I see over there is all the style is same, you know what, like what Amir Fort was in Rajasthan. Yeah, let's just discover more things. Come, just got to know that that place was used by Jahangir for dining, meaning his breakfast, lunch, and dinner would happen there. Okay, look up. Okay, the reason why I'm asking you to look up is that's where the king would sit, or right on top. His queen would be down there. Okay, and the soldiers which required to protect him, and the maids and all that would be on that level and watch all the functions what would happen here, what I'm showing you now. Wow, wow. I've seen this kind of architecture in Rajasthan, in all those forts. Just wanted to show you a view. So I walked into exactly a room opposite to that and showing you how it is. So let's go into the other portion and see what is there here. When you step into the other side, this is what you get to see. I forgot to mention to you that Akbar had a son called Salim. He gifted him a mahal called Hawa Mahal, which is over there. All sides is open, I believe, where I will show you where the wind would come in and it would be cool inside. Look at all of this. This is for the drainage system, and like now, right, it is raining. The water would go in from here to the trenches, which I told you. Where those alligators, reptiles would be there. Even from here, look at this. From everywhere, the water would come in and get in here. Can you see that? Brilliantly done. Let's go out and see what is there. I'm just looking around. Hey, look at that. Hey, that's a water tank, right? Water tank. Wow. Let's see what is here. What is here? What is here? What is here? What is here? Hey, I can see the trenches. Do you see the trenches? That's where the water would go. Wow. Hey, it's raining. Otherwise, you know what? You could have just seen the Taj Mahal there. I can see the Taj Mahal amongst the clouds. Oh man. Oh man, you're missing it. You're missing to see it. Let me see if I can zoom and show you. Still no use. Can't see it. Oh God. I always wished it rained. Okay, but it has backfired. I can't even capture it. So sad. From there we walked into Hawa Mahal. Precisely it's called Hawa Mahal because 4 doors. There are no doors. Okay. But that's the second door. That's the third. That's the fourth. So well ventilated. Wow. Now in Hawa Mahal. Okay. It's just not because of the doors which are wide open. Not because of just that. What I understand here, I'll show it to you. On top of this, we did mention that there was a water tank on top, right? Water tank. What was the purpose? I just understood from here. Look at this. I'm just going to beat this up. You can hear it. That's like a hollow thing. The water from there would come in between these walls and keep it cool, I believe. Wow. Stepping out, I'm just able to see this. Wow. This is all white marble. White marble. Do I get to see Taj from here? Do I get to see Taj from here? Pray that you should be able to see it. Pray. But it's all raining. I've come in on the wrong day. I can see Taj. You can't. It's there, exactly there. Oh God. It's so misfortunate. Hey, look at the trenches there. Look at the trenches there. Oh, that's where the water collection would happen, where the crocodiles, reptiles would be there. Oh, let me show it to you. Hold on. Do you see that now? Do you see that? That is where, those reptiles would be there. Here, I guess the soldiers would be here to fire, just in case the perpetrators enter. And this place used to be used where wild animals used to be there. I want to show you magic. Okay. You see this window. This is open or closed for you? Is that open or closed for you? What do you think? Huh?
No.
You're sure about it?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you take my cap? Okay. Go to the other side. Okay. And throw it here. Throw it now. Throw it. Throw it hard. Throw it up. Hey, that's the magic. That magic basically happened because of this invention they had then. That's why they call it Hawa Mahal. Look at this. Do you see that it's open? After a lot of homework, I did find out that Shah Jahan had two daughters. One is Roshnara. The other one, I'll tell you when we get there. This used to be her palace. Can you see it? Roshnara. And if I step back, do you see this? This is in one form which we call in India pallaki. Basically, at the time of wedding, people would carry the princess in that and take them. So they made this in that shape itself. Her palace in this shape. If you look at on top, what you see is all of golden color. In that time, I believe that this was all full of gold. Britishers at that point of time came down, torn it apart, burnt it, and took everything away. I feel so sad about it. And the other thing, if you've been noticing, there have been no doors. Okay, but the ladies could not show their faces and all that. For that particular reason, they would have curtains hung by the rings. Do you see that? Oh, brilliance, man. Watch your step when you come. This is all white marble. I almost slipped and fell because it's raining here. Okay, let's get into the other thing and see. Oh, this is Khas Mahal. When it just turned and looked, I got to know that this is definitely used as fountain. Okay, and look at this beauty. Not the people that I'm talking about. Oh God, the garden. I'll also tell you about what it is. Just hold on your breath. Hold on. I know you're excited. So am I. You want to know more? I'll tell you. Let's enter Khas Mahal. They call this Khas Mahal because this is where Shah Jahan's wife Mumtaz would reside. Wow, Mumtaz. What you see, all this artwork. Shah Jahan, I believe he would and set the gold on fire and turn it into paint. And he had painted all this in gold, I believe. All this in gold. So when the chandelier was hung there and it was lit, this would turn out into be in golden color, I believe, golden reflections. And there used to be some stones, the mirror kind of a stuff where the face of Mumtaz would show on all those mirrors, I believe. Wow. Let's go out. Hey, we still haven't found Shah Jahan's second daughter's palace. I need to find that before I go down. Let's find it. Come. I guess other daughter's palace is there. Let's go. Oh, it's also in the same formation. Do you see that? Do you see that? Palki and all that. Come on, let's go. The camera is shaking because I'm watching my step. I might slip and fall anytime. So this is other daughter. Name is Joshnara. Her palace. Look at Joshnara. Come on, let's go and check out from the window how it looks. Can you see? This is where what they could see. That's Taj. Unfortunately, it is raining here, so we literally can't see it. See how it was. From here, it is very clear. All that I actually walked the whole way. See, the trenches are much clearer here. Okay, the soldiers and where the wild animals would be let free. Let's go see Muthman Burj. I'll explain you a little more when we get there. Next building here. So you've come into Muthman Burj. This significance is this is where Shah Jahan was jailed by his own son Aurangzeb for 8 years. Okay, finally he breathes last here. Okay, this is the fountain where he would literally have bath and go up and do his namaz. Okay, that's where the water would be stored basically. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಆಯಿತಾ ದೆನ್ ಈ ಫೌಂಟೇನ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಜಹಾನು ನಮಾಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. Would ask me where would the water come from there. Okay, on top of that is the tank, comes in here, passes by this, gets into the fountain, and that's his bathing area. What you see here is the place where the water would come and go into the fountain. One of it was the washroom for Shah Jahan, one exit for Mumtaz to go out of the Sheesh Mahal, and the other one happened to be the exit gate for all her ladies actually. What you're seeing now is the place where Mumtaz would have bath. Okay, there are two portions uh, where the rose water and the normal water would come in, where she could have bath. And basically all the mirroring work they brought it from Syria basically. They say that if one candle was lit, it was equal to 1,000 candles inside. That bright it would be, I believe. This, okay, we are at the fountain where Shah Jahan would have his bath and all. Learned that what you see here is where the water would drain out. Okay, but notice carefully the square there, square there, square there. Even on the left, now the ramp is there for to help people who can't walk to use wheelchair. Look on my right again, where I'm exactly standing here. Here is where they would play the game of dice. Okay, on each square, a lady would stand with a different colored dress, and she would move with every move. Wow. That is this place. We can't get in, but this is where once Shah Jahan died, his daughters take his body through this under the tunnel, take it to where her mother was Mumtaz. Next to her, they buried him. I just climbed up to see Meena Masjid. This was the place what Shah Jahan used this place for his prayers. Okay, for his prayers. What you're watching now is Diwan-e-Khas Parliament, or where the meeting and all would take place. This is where the king Jahangir, also called Salim, would sit here and give his verdict. His prime minister Wazir would sit here. If you notice, I'm in the open area. If it was too sunny or if it was raining, they would use this. Do you see these joints here? Okay, this is where they would erect the poles and put maybe you can say a curtain, not a curtain, or whatever you can call it, to protect themselves from extreme weathers. Wow. Carefully looking upon Jahangir's seat is broken into two. This is because during a British attack, one of the cannons fell on this, broke it, and deflected and went on to make a hole over there, punched a hole into that. Oh God. I learned a little bit more about Diwan-e-Khas. If you see, it's resting on two pillars. Only for the reason was to support those five arch cusped places basically. And it's fully made of marble. Has two floors, one inner hall and the outer hall. Wow. Diwan-e-Khas, look down, you can see this beautiful garden. I'm not too sure if I can even walk in, see over there, because all the doors are closed. I'm sure during Mughal dynasty, they would not have all these doors. It's recently built, I guess. Seeing is Shahi Hammam and water supply system. Basically, this is the place where it was built by Akbar for water storage. Wherever they required water, whether it could be fountains or for bathing or drinking purpose, because it was potable, they would draw it from the river right next to, which is here, which is Yamuna. They would draw it. They would at Kizri Gate. If you look at Kizri Gate, they would do that. Use the wheel to pull the water up and supply. So this is where it would happen. I wanted to pay close attention to these holes here. Okay, there are two versions which we can think of, and one is where they would be using that for the torches and to light up the flame. The other version I will show you when we go down and show you. Nagina Masjid, and see, this is a private mosque entirely of white marble, built by Shah Jahan, only for the ladies to pray. Look at this place, fully marble. Huh? Beautiful place for prayers. Wow, it's quite slippery. Oh God, I can't walk here. Just to refresh your things again, we've climbed up. That's Diwan Khas that we saw. Jahangir, where he would sit, his minister, prime minister. We walked up from there, came down here, and then this is the Nagina Masjid that I just took you in. Have a look one more time from another angle. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, man. We were on the other side. We saw the garden and all on the other side. This place is called Diwane Am. I walked in from there. This place used to be, used by Shah Jahan for the audience purpose. In the sense, if there was a settlement or any kind of a decision he had to do with the normal public, it would happen right here. Show you what is around here. Okay, I need to go back, I think, because I missed one place where Shah Jahan Jahangir used. I don't want to be getting out of the exit gate. Where I need to exit, but I missed out one place. I need to go back. Look at this from here. If you look at it, look at all the pillars. Looks so symmetrical. Okay, but it wasn't the same when I was actually coming from that side. So let's go back and check that, so that when somebody had to come in here, they had to salam to the king and then enter. So the view from king point of view, he could see the main gate, people coming in, the audience. Okay, whereas the public can't see from there. Actually, you go back in the last shot and watch it. This was done by Persian architect. Some Khan Khas or somebody like that has designed this. The place I missed, and it was of great importance. I've come back. Look at the 4 gardens here. Okay, this is where he would grow his grapes, because he was quite fond of wine. So he would grow it here and make wine and drink. Wow, Jahangir. See, this is called Pangauri Bagh, the drinking place of Shahjahan's. Jahangirs. In one of my earlier clips, I mentioned there is 2 ways to look at it, 2 sides of the story. What all guides say that is, they would use this for, using it for as torches everywhere. Do you see it? But I have a different version of it. Okay, look at it. Now, if that was so, okay, why can't it be like this? They would use that hole, to either use a rope or something of that kind to tie it from there to over there and across. For simple reason is we got the grapes here which needs to grow. These are all shrubs, right? They climb up either the trees or something to hold on to climb, isn't it? For that to happen, this must be the option, is what I'm thinking about. Got it? Otherwise, how kind of that kind of quantity of grapes, where in the world would Jahangir get to make his wine? And I believe these are all almost 10 feet in depth. Okay, so that's how it is, I believe. You look at that. Okay, behind that is where, if a lady, okay, commits a crime, that's where she would be imprisoned, I believe. Okay, and that was the entrance, which is currently locked at the moment. So how was your Agra Fort trip? I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm excited. I can't say how much because you wouldn't know that much. Okay, anyway, so till new day, new place. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay alive. Bye from me now.